For the timing, though, we need to focus on to our next management, GSFC. Well, the performance in quarter one was a little bit weakish. It was because of lower prices of fertilizers globally, as well as the major decline in raw material prices. Mr. Nanavaty, the Executive Director, Finance and Chief Financial Officer at GSFC, joins us on the show. Hi, sir. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining in and speaking to us here on CNBC-TV18. Well, one of the most important parts of your business that we track is the, caprolactam benzene spreads. Could you tell us what is it at for, as of now? What was it in the first quarter? And how do you see it shaping up? Normally, you give us a band in terms of spreads. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so in first quarter, it was around $750. It is little less in July, but it will improve slowly. We see some uptick in all the industrial product prices. So going forward, we see some improvements in this, maybe up to $800.
$800. So you expect it to be in that vicinity of $800 to $900 for the year? Would that be a fair estimate?
Correct.
Got it. All right. I'm looking at your fertilizer segment, which is the larger part of your business. And there's a bit of a degrowth out there, and margins as well were down. Just wanted to clarify what went on there, and if you could tell us, was there any kind of shutdown that took place in the past quarter?
Yeah, there were plant shutdowns of urea and other industrial products plant in Q1. Okay. So availability of finished product was less to some extent. As far as the revenue and margins are concerned in fertilizer, there was a one-time effect of lowering of subsidy from January 23 and again from April 23. So that impacted the turnover as well as margin in fertilizer. But things will improve in quarter 2 and quarter 3, and we will see good growth going forward. At least in volume terms, as we have said, we expect some 15 to 20% growth in fertilizer volume. And we will try to protect our revenue for 22-23 for current year also, about 11,000 crores.
Okay, so you're saying 15 to 20% volume growth in fertilizers. What about realizations and margins in the fertilizer business? Let's discuss that, and then we'll come to the other segment.
Yeah, last year was a historic year for fertilizer segment as well as GSFC. So government was quite liberal in the way to protect farmers. They were liberal into the industry also in form of higher subsidy. But along with input price coming down, subsidies are also lower on this side. So there is no direct comparison with 22-23. But overall, the margins will be definitely good for fertilizers. So as I said, fertilizer volume as well as margin are going to be good or stable, I would say.
Okay, so, I get that you're saying don't compare it to the last year because it was exceptional. You had a lot of subsidy. Let's talk about industrial products as well. What is the outlook you can give over there on volumes and some sense, because, the company shareholders will look at blended margins as well. And there, the operating margins, which have, they've shrunk to what about less than 7% from 17% because of these extraordinary factors. Now, you gave us the caprolactam spreads. You're saying volumes will go up. So just give us some estimation of what should be an expected run rate for operating margins, blended margins for the company by the end of this year.
Yeah, so blended margin could be around 9 to 10% in totality.
Okay, 9 to 10% blended margin, and the bulk of it will be volume based on the fertilizer side. Is that the right way to look at it?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. All right. So what about the situation on the gas front? Last time you joined us, you said the supplies were not coming as per what was planned or as per what your expectations were. Is it better now?
Yeah, it is better now. All those supply constraints are gone, and prices are also. Supply constraints are gone, and gas prices are also stable now. From April onwards, it's quite stable and on the lower side compared to last year.
Got it. Okay, so that's good to hear. What about subsidy payments? Are they coming in time?
Government has a good inflow of fund in form of GST collection, direct tax
You want to give
collection.
us a couple of numbers, sir, about, your
Yeah,
receivables? Are they coming on time? Yeah, please go ahead.
so you may be knowing that with DBT, I mean partial DBT, subsidy bills are raised on every week basis. So we have received subsidy up to first week of August for all the different fertilizer products.
Oh, that's
This is
good news.
historically good. It has never
Okay,
happened in
so
past.
yes, that's why we were very used to asking that question on how much subsidy and, which quarter will the payments come. Good to know that it's happening almost on a real-time basis now. Take us through what are your, what utilization levels are you operating your plants at right now? Is there any plan to add fresh capacity?
Yeah, our utilization level has been more than 100% all the time. And we have some Capex plan in pipeline. Some plants will be commissioning this year, I mean FY24. Some will be FY25. And there
Can we
are
get a
pipelines
sense?
of Capex under evaluation.
Mr. Nanavaty, I have a two-part question. How much are you going to be spending on Capex over, say, this year or next year? And in terms of capacity augmentation, by when does this come on stream and by how much are you looking to bump up your capacity by?
Like say ammonium sulfate fourth plant will be coming in this year by December 23. That is a 132,000 metric ton fertilizer plant. So it will run at full volume maybe next year. Similarly, we have a small plant of HX crystal that will be coming in stream, of course, next year. Then we have as a cost cutting and a renewable energy plant for solar power up to 15 megawatt that will also be coming by June 24. So mostly in this year there will be one plant that will be commissioned, ammonium sulfate 4. 3 more plants will be commissioned next year. That is HX crystal, sulfuric acid fifth plant, and solar power plant of 15 megawatt capacity. And one more plant of urea revamping for reduction the energy consumption in urea plant that will also be coming by say March 25. That is a capex of around 450 crores. So within these 2 years,
Mr. Nanavaty, sir, sorry to interrupt you. And the HX Crystal project that caught my eye when I was looking through your presentation about what all you'll want to do. But give us just 2 numbers before we let you go. One, what is the total capex you have lined up for the next couple of years, and what kind of revenue potential does it have? Very quickly, sir.
So as we already declared, the total capex lined up is around 4,000 crores. And right now, I don't have the revenue numbers that will add up when everything is commissioned. Maybe next time I will join with that number.
Okay. All right. So we look forward to that discussion then, Mr. Nanavaty. Thanks so much for stopping by and filling us in with your take on the company. Wishing you all the best. And please do join us in the near future yet again to give us an update on that asset turnover. Well, we also have a new listing that's flashing for you on the screen. TVS Supply Chain Solution list at a bit of a premium. I think it was indicating 4-5% higher. So it's a premium in comparison to the issue price as well. For the time being, slip into a short break. Nitesh Thakkar is waiting for us on the other side with some technical trades. Stay tuned.